What's also happening right now, Betsy, is that the energy from above is getting really intense. For us as a planet, everybody's guides are saying, do it now, step up right now. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? How much time do you think you have? Do it now, do it now. Everybody's guides are saying that. Now, act now, right now. Now means now. We have a wonderful educational system here that's been honed over 7 years. And it's a system that works. It has a goal of empowering people to live their soul purpose, to put them in touch with higher dimension beings for real, not for pretend, for real, not for pretend, so that they can fulfill their destinies, be who their souls want them to be, live their soul plan. It's a system that works with willing people, with people who actually want to do it for real, not for pretend. We cannot provide the willingness. That's part of being in a free will universe, is we get to choose. But if people want to do this, if they're willing to do what it takes, we have a system that works. Here's the quick review. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience. Our souls have a plan for our lives before we're born. So far, so good? Then we're born. It's harder than we thought it was going to be. Everybody on board with that concept? And we get scared and we start to play small in the game of life. This is a universal phenomenon. We were born with this soul plan and we start to play this game and this game and this game and this game until the game we're playing is so small that it bears no resemblance to what our soul came here to do. No resemblance. And we don't feel good. When we're doing that, we don't feel good. We're not happy. And sometimes we're anxious, we're stressed, we're irritable. Life isn't working for us. So the goal of this program is to bring us back into alignment with our soul's plan for our lives, which means step it up and play a bigger game. Universally, it means that. Step it up and play a bigger game. And it doesn't matter how much we already think we're stepping it up. It means step it up more and play a bigger game more. People have developed a habit of calling the astral fakers spirit guides, and it really breaks my heart when they do that, because I know what the real deal is, and I watch who they're calling spirit guides. It's like, I see where that Christian phrase, don't take the Lord's name in vain, comes into play. It's like, how dare you call those people spirit guides? They're fake. They're lying to you. They're lying to you about being your guide. And if they're going to lie to you about that, guess what else they're going to lie to you about, right? They're lying about so many things. Stop listening to them, because up here, there are these wise, loving beings who have been connected with us for eons, who know everything about us, and they love us unconditionally, and they're forever calling us into our greatness, moment by moment by moment by moment. So, how is it different from other energy healing modalities? True higher dimension beings won't have anything to do with energy manipulation. You're on your own. You're on your own. You want to manipulate energy? Go for it. Here, they'll work through us. How is it different from other spiritual paths? This is a path of sudden awakening. It's a path of sudden awakening because other spiritual paths are more gradual. They are less intense, right? And in this path, we say if you do what it takes, you can get there in 6 months. It's going to be an interesting 6 months, and the 6 months that comes after it is going to be even more interesting. But you can get there. You can get there. And here's what happens. We've had 30-something people get there. And then they can hear what their guides have been saying to them since they were born. Help others. You came here to serve the greater good. Do something to help yourself. And what they're saying is always very specific and usually feels impossible. And then at that point, the person has a choice to make. Do they want to continue to listen, right? Or do they want to say no? And most people choose to say no, which is why we're having this inquiry this weekend. What to do about these classes, because they work. They work. we can get people to where they can hear it. But what's the point of it? If after that they're just going to say no, if they still aren't willing, what's the point of it? So the higher dimension beings started saying back in the spring, because up until this spring, we thought we were here teaching people how to do this. And then the higher dimension beings said, doesn't look like they want to do it. We couldn't really argue with that. It seems to be accurate. They said, but you're giving us a wonderful pool of data. You're fulfilling a need. You're providing a service to Spirit by giving us this data of all these hundreds of people, and we watch how people will go as far as they want to go, and they'll hit a hurdle, and when they have hit the hurdle that they don't want to walk over, jump over, step over, they will leave. And they'll keep going until they hit the hurdle that's the magic walk-away point for them. But so far, with very few exceptions, people will hit a hurdle and walk away. I'm sorry, friends. For you guys who are new, I am. Because years ago, I would have said, I'll be here for you 5 years from now. I'll be here for you 10 years from now. And now I'm saying, look, I don't honestly know. I don't know. Everything in our life has an energy structure, and that we don't have to live with it the way it is. We can use it for good in our lives. Is there a way that we can use our energy to release whatever's supposed to happen or to counteract it? We have to be aware, alert to the trap of wanting to manipulate energy, because we're actually, higher dimension beings don't care about that. They're not on board with manipulating energy. They want the divine plan to manifest for each of us. They want your divine plan to manifest, and yours, and yours, and yours, and yours, and yours, and all of ours. They want our individual divine plans to manifest. That's what they're working for. And however the system is supposed to unfold for the greater good will be the natural result. Will be the natural result. So you have a divine plan. You have a purpose. All of us have a divine plan and purpose. We intend to fulfill it. We take actions to fulfill it. It works. When we play small, when we do the pill bug thing, then there's no support for that. There's no support for that. There's only support for stepping up. They said recently that they used the metaphor of a pond, and it's like trying to catch minnows with your hands in a pond, trying to get these people to live their soul plans, and that they would do, it was time, because we're destroying our earth. We're destroying our earth. We can all see that, right? We can all see that we're destroying our earth. And so for the sake of the biosphere, we have to wake up, and we have to do it now. We have to do it now. There's no more time. We're out of time. It's the summer solstice. The Arctic is pointed toward the sun. The Arctic ice is melting. This is the summer. This is the summer. This is the summer of our discontent. It's happening now. This is the summer. And so we have to wake up now, and the guides are doing everything they can to catch us with their hands. We're the minnows in this metaphor, to get us to live our soul plan, and they will do whatever it takes, including draining the pond, if that's what it takes, because they have to catch these minnows. They have to catch these minnows right now. Now's the time. So we don't have to struggle and fight. We can say, catch me. Right? We're struggling and fighting for our right to suffer. That's the crazy thing, is that they're trying to take us from where we are to joy. Our soul plan takes us most directly from where we are to joy, and we struggle and fight for our right to suffer. You can teach the truths of the universe with gardening metaphors. If you're a gardener and you know how it is to pull a weed, you can't just yank it. It'll break. The root will grow back. There you have your weed again. You have to gently do it. Easy does it, rocking it to loosen it. It's the same thing with these traumas. It's just like weeding, but it's weeding a garden of the soul. And so we just draw it up. When there's pain in a life, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, interpersonal. Like financial pain, if anybody's ever had financial troubles, that's a life pain for sure, right? Nothing works, right? Pain on any level. Where there's pain, there's trauma. Where there's pain, there's trauma. You can take it as your working theory. You can take it as your working theory. Where there's pain, there's trauma. Life pain on any level. And just so you know it's there. You know it's there. And now you got to find it. And you can find it by feel if you need to. And get it out as best you can. And the more you intend to discover what's really going on with that pain, to discover what really occurred, the better it works to get it out by feel. It's a paradox. We can get it out by feel if we're trying to understand. Does that make sense? Divine healing is full of paradox. It's just one big paradox right after another. Now, we can do it just with humming. This is the most portable way. We can do it with a bell. We can do it with a tuning fork. But I don't have my bell because I left my life in Sarasota. I didn't even bring my clothes. You notice that, right? Right. Well, I mean, we're wearing black and white. We're in a uniform. We bought a uniform and we're wearing our uniforms. I didn't bring my civilian clothes. I didn't bring my clothes. I didn't bring my bell. I didn't bring stuff. So I have my voice. I have my voice.